Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is GareTheBear, and welcome back to another episode of the GareTheBear Show podcast. Today's episode is episode 4, I believe, which I'm pretty excited. We're 4 weeks into the podcast, and it's going great. I'm super excited about it, and I want to thank everybody that has shown support and has watched and listened and everything you can do with this podcast. Thank you guys for following, liking, subscribing, all those things. Thank you guys so much for that. So the support has been awesome. I really appreciate it. So without any further ado, let's get right into the episode. So I don't have a whole lot written down for this one because this is one that I really feel passionately about, and it's important. It's important information for me and for anybody else out there that's trying to create content and trying to make it on this crazy platform we call YouTube. So I have the heading here. We have Talk YouTube, how I keep pushing through lulls, highs and lows, etc. Things of that nature. So with anything you do in life, there's highs and lows, right? So, if you want to try and, say, for example, if you're trying to ride a bike, you're trying to learn how to ride a bike, obviously at the very beginning, you got to start off with your training wheels because you don't have the proper balance built up yet. You don't have the skill quite developed at that time. And once you get your training wheels taken off, you have to learn the balance and how to work it and how to the technique and stuff. When on the point of the highs and lows, you're going to have a lot of lows at the very beginning. The early stages, you're going to fall, you're going to stumble, you're going to skin your knee 3 or 4 times. It's going to hurt. It's going to be painful. There's going to be a lot of things that, they're just not going to go your way. You're not going to have it exactly. You're not going to learn how to ride a bike the best right off the bat. You're not going to be a professional right off the bat. You're not going to go BMX racing when you're 5 years old on your little 16-inch bicycle. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to be a professional right off the bat. It doesn't work that way. And that same can be said for anything in this life. For my example, I want to be a YouTuber. And this thing, I've been making content for almost 2 years. In August, actually, today, in 1 month today as of recording this, it will be the date of my very, very first YouTube upload 2 years ago, which is kind of insane. Because part of me thinks 2 years ago, I didn't think I would be doing this for 2 years. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought, I would, if I didn't make it in a year or, year and a half, 2 years, I'd just be like, whatever, we'll figure something out. But the more I got along in the process, I really, really began to fall in love with it. And a lot of things that you try to do in your life, people a lot of times don't give it enough time to really learn if they truly like it or if they want to continue doing it. So experiencing a lot of these highs and lows is key to learning what you want and how to get better at what you're doing. So a lot of the highs and lows on YouTube, I always think of it as viewership. So some weeks I'll get couple thousand views in a week, and other weeks I'll be sitting. Well, okay, so on YouTube, in their studio analytics, it shows your last 48-hour real-time views, and the last few days I've been up in the upper 200s, 300s, getting about 150 plus views a day. So every 48 hours it'd be about 300, 280, something around those lines. So that's pretty high for right now. That's pretty high on the grand scheme of my viewership. And not 3 weeks ago, it was down in the upper 100s and lower mid 200s, And obviously posting consistent content helps get those up, but it fluctuates. Everything fluctuates. And if you hyper fixate on the small insignificant fluctations, because if you're going up, you're not going to go straight up 98% of the time. You're not going to go straight up like this. You're going to go, and then you're going to go down, up a little bit, down a little bit, up a little bit, and you're going to work your way up. You're getting higher every time, but it's not going to be a straight line. It's not going to be constant. It's going to have its ups and downs, its dips and ups and peaks and things of that nature. You're going to have all of those because that's just how it works. You're never going to go straight up in a straight line. It's going to fluctuate. Like I said, it's going to fluctuate. So with the YouTube thing, I just started posting this podcast on YouTube, and this is kind of what made me want to really start talking about this topic on this episode, because I started posting the video edition of the podcast on YouTube, and obviously it's not my normal vlog, it's not my normal video, so it's, naturally not going to do as well viewership-wise. But the people that do watch it, first of all, I'm extremely grateful for you guys. I thank you so much for supporting me. But, say I posted a video one week, about 60 views in its first 36 hours-ish, roughly. Next day I post a podcast, 15 views in its first 24 hours. Like, it completely just fell off a cliff. Completely fell off a cliff. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because not necessarily that's not a bad thing, because people still clicked on it. People still wanted to watch it. And as you got to put it into perspective, you got to think, it's not as many, but people are still trying to consume your content. So for these small creators out there that think, oh, this video did really well, my first video, like if they're just starting a channel, they're brand new, they say, oh, my first video got like 200 views. Super excited because, it had all their friends on it. Like, it's like a lot of people tend to post their first video and it goes really well for them because, all their friends are like new to it and they're like, ooh, this is cool. One video, let's watch it, and then never watch the videos again. And so they get discouraged after that second video doesn't do as well. They'll think, oh, I got 200 on my first one, but 60 on my second one. What am I doing wrong? The key is you're not doing anything wrong. It's just they're not as interested. Like, it's a new thing, it's hot, and people are into it right at the beginning. And if the 60 people that come back are the ones you really want to cater to, you're not trying, when you're making content, your mindset shouldn't be, and obviously this works different for everybody, but I think in my experience and kind of what I've focused on is, you shouldn't be trying to reach the people that aren't there. You should be trying to cater to the people that you have and really make them feel part of a community and make them feel special and make them feel like, you're there for them, you're creating content for them. And it'll work out. If you have your small little tight-knit community of people watching your videos, it'll grow. It will grow. It all comes back to patience, and you got to be really, really patient with yourself and know that it's always going to take a long time. And Rome wasn't built in a day, for example. It was several days. But, people get so worked up over one video not doing well, and then they just quit posting altogether. And this is just anything. This is like, I saw a TikTok just earlier, just like either the earlier today or just yesterday or something. It was, I don't remember exactly what it was called, but there was this guy talking about some sort of syndrome or something that people had. Like, I think it was I think it might be like an ADHD thing or I don't want to try and put a name on it because I don't want to be incorrect. I don't want to spread false information. But basically what this guy was talking about was, you feel a certain way. It's like a fear of failure almost. It's like when you post a TikTok, for example. This is the example this guy gave. When you post a TikTok, if it doesn't get like a lot of views off the bat, they'll delete it. Be like, okay, this is not working. They panic, they take it off the internet. And like, that's not what you want to do. As a content creator, that's really hard because you see it, and you say like the podcast, again, I'm going back to that. I posted that on YouTube, and I'm not even joking you. Like, in its first 2 hours, it got 0 views. And I was like, what? And it was really weird to see, and it was hard to like accept it. And I was like, dude, 0 views in the first 2 hours, 3 hours, and I was like, this. But then I stepped back. I was like, I gathered myself, and I was like, dude, this is how it's gonna be. This is how it always used to be. This is how it's going to be. It's gonna have to be this way, so it can be better later. It's never gonna get 100 views in the first 2 hours. It will at some point, obviously later down the road, but it's all like your perspective. Like, if you think 100 views is a lot, then you're probably not gonna get 100 views right off the bat. But if you think 100 views is like nothing, then it's all perspective and your point of view and how you see certain numbers. But the point of that is, just because it doesn't do well right in the beginning, or just because it doesn't do well at all, shouldn't discourage you from posting. It shouldn't make you want to delete it. What it should do is push you to put more out and get those views and chase those views. And by chase views, I say that lightly. I don't mean like clickbait or clout chasing or anything of that nature. I'm talking like, just create your content, create what you enjoy, what makes you happy. In the small knit community of people that you have, communicate with them and be active in the community and say, hey, do you guys like what I'm putting out? Like, get some feedback, and you can adjust based on your audience, because at the end of the day, content is king, and your audience, you gotta listen to your audience, because if they don't like what you're putting, if the people that you have don't like what you're putting out, then you're gonna lose those people. So you gotta pay attention to what they watch and what they enjoy. And I'm kind of going on a little bit of a ramble, but I mean, it's kind of stuff I want to get off my chest, because it's fun to talk about this kind of stuff, But you can't be discouraged if what you post doesn't do well, like right off the bat. You can't. Like, that's most people's downfall whenever they're on YouTube or any sort of platform where you create content. If you try to get, if your initial goal is like, ooh, I'm gonna start this, I'm gonna try and get as many likes as possible, it's not gonna work out as much as, say, if you try to provide value to people. Because at the end of the day, people go to YouTube to get entertainment value, or they try to learn something, or just they need value. They need to give them value. So you got to figure out what kind of stuff you want to put out in order to provide that value to people. And I see these people all the time, like with their Instagram pages especially. It kind of rubs me the wrong way whenever everybody's like, I love all these pictures, I had a great time on vacation or whatever, but I'm not going to post them because I've already posted 3 vacation pictures and one more is going to be excessive, or I can't post this because it doesn't have this filter on it and it doesn't match my Instagram feed. No. If you're trying to grow your platform, I feel like that is to your demise. Like, you're not going to grow if you're focused on what it looks like on the outside. I feel like you really need to focus more on the value that you're providing. Like, say you post a picture of your trip to Spain or something, just for example. Say you post a picture and somebody really enjoys it and they want to see more pictures and get more of an insight on what there is to offer there. You post one picture and you're like, okay, I've already posted this, so I'm done for right now. I'm done posting this for now. And that person follows you and is like, okay, I want to see more of this content. And then you lose them because you're too afraid of what your outwardly page appearance looks like. Instead of worried more about the value you're providing people, you're worried about how it looks to other people, like on the outside, like how it looks to people you may not really care for, like how it looks, how you think it should look. That's the better way to put it. Instead of catering to the people that you have and providing value to them, you're catering to how you think it should look. And maybe what you think should look is correct, but most of the time, especially with that Instagram feed, like everybody's feed looks like the same. It looks like it just doesn't have to be that way. It just needs to be valuable content that people want to see. Well, I'm gonna get back to what I was talking about a little bit earlier. The fact that there's highs and lows in this game, and there's a lot of different ways people can react to it, and I've reacted a lot of different ways. Like I've had all kinds of highs and lows. I've had many, many highs and many, many lows, and it's a lot of times the lows outweigh the highs. But when you get these highs, you gotta really capitalize, and you gotta be present in mind and think, okay, this is obviously it doesn't have to last forever. You could get on a really good view streak or something. You can have a lot of views in a month or something. You could be really high on views. Just as easily it could go back down. So you got to figure out what you're doing and capitalize on it and utilize what you're kind of building, and then keep it going. So, say for example, if you're getting hundreds and hundreds of views every video, and you never used to, say the type of content you're posting, if you enjoy it, then keep on posting it. But with the highs and lows of the whole viewership thing, I feel like how I do it, or how I've done it more recently, is I'll get a vlog, right? I'll post a vlog, and usually the vlogs do pretty well. Especially recently, they've done better. I've kind of improved my editing and my just overall production. I think is better, and then just people tend to enjoy that style of content that I make better. But recently, they've been doing above average. I would say above average. The YouTube shows your top 10 of the most recent videos. They've always been in the top 3, top 4, top 5. Consistently, new videos have been up there in the higher ones. So that means my baseline for views is going up. Instead of on average getting 40 a video, I'm on average getting 50 or 60 a video. So it's working out, and that's just part of a high right now. But when I experience a low, what I will typically do is I will kind of assess. First of all, I want to see what's going on, what kind of content I'm making, and see how I can fix it. A lot of times it's like, oh shoot, we're doing really bad, time to crash and burn, and it's just not good. That's not really what you ought to do. It's whenever I'm experiencing one of these lows, I always step back and look at it, and I'm like, okay, so this video's not doing so good. I don't know why, but it's not doing so good. So a lot of the times, if you're in a low with YouTube views and you're just not getting exactly what you need out of like what you're expecting, if you're not getting what you're expecting, it's a lot of times you just gotta take that with a grain of salt, because sometimes YouTube just doesn't show your videos out. Like sometimes the impressions are low for whatever reason, and like you just gotta keep posting. Like really the solution to a lot of these problems is just keep posting your content, keep being consistent, and keep pushing out content. And obviously you want to shoot for as best as you can do, is the best content you can ever push out. Like you got to do your very best every single time. But if you're doing your best and you're being consistent, like there's not much more you can do. It's pretty simple. Like if you're trying your best to make the best content you can possibly make, and getting it out on a regular basis, whether that's once a week, once a day, twice a week, once a month, if you're consistent in providing not even consistency as far as days of the week, but if you're providing consistent content where it's like the same value or the same content type, and you're consistent in your brand and how you present yourself, if you are consistent, then that tends to build more audience, I feel. Because like say one video, and I have a little bit of trouble with this, because I'm kind of like sporadic. I'm like I'll post this and then I'll post something completely different the next day, and then like the next time I'll post completely different. It's just like I'm into so much stuff and I want to post all of it, which is why I added the Sunday bonus video, which that's another can of worms. I'll get to that in a minute. But you post, if you post a vlog one week, the next week you post just the most completely, like say if you post a vlog one day and you do you do a little road trip or something, the next week you'll post a Minecraft video, for example. The people that watch that vlog are not going to watch that Minecraft video unless they're like dedicated to you. They're like it's really tough to get people that would watch a wide variety of stuff, especially if you're not as well known to them. Obviously there's people like PewDiePie, for example. He's like the golden standard, and everybody kind of tries to compare, and it's people tend to have a tough time when that's what they're comparing themselves to, because obviously that's like the best of the best. And so, but he could post anything, literally anything, and get 10 million views like that in a heartbeat. Like it's because they're invested in him as a person instead of what videos he's making. Because you got to get to a point where, and ideally you would want to get to a point where your viewership is invested in you, not what you're making. That way you can make anything you want. But to start off, obviously they're not going to do that. I mean, that's just typically they're not going to do that, just because it's you're starting off fresh. It's hard to get that kind of loyal following. I already kind of forgot what I was going for there, but it's kind of just a ramble. But I have trouble personally because I want to post a whole bunch of stuff. I'll post a vlog, and then the next week I'll post some sort of something else. But actually more recently, the last couple of months, I've been really more consistent getting the vlog out every week. And that's paid dividends, and I've seen a consistent viewership, and I've seen a slight growth in the viewership, and more consistent. Like a lot of times if you post a video, you'll get all your views in the one day, and then won't get any more views ever. But I've noticed once I've gotten more consistent with the actual content I'm putting out, it's more like I'll get my views in the first day, but then I'll continue to get little inklings and little tiny bit of views every once in a while after that. So people will be going back to it, or people will be rewatching them later, because they'll start on one and then go to the next one and then go to the next one and then seek out your other related pieces of content, because that's another thing. If you post consistently in the same type of content, every video is related in that way. So you post a vlog, and on your end screen have another vlog up there, or it'll suggest another one of your vlogs. So you're consistent, which makes whoever wants to watch that one video it makes them want to watch 3 or 4 different other videos because they're all in the same niche, in the same similar category. So that is really helpful for growth because a lot of, at least my percentage of views, I have this one video, I did an unboxing video. I unboxed and I set up the little mini hoop, Slam Jam NBA hoop thing for the door hoop. That's got over 18,000 views right now. And first of all, it's insane, but I'll tell you why it's doing that well. First of all, it's ranked in search like extremely. It's like 38-50% of its views are from search. But then the next highest percentage is suggested videos. Similar content to that suggests that content. So that same thing can apply to your own videos. It's like if you post an unboxing video and you unbox a product similar to that in a different video, but it's still like the same, like showing them, you put that on the end, they'll be like, I have this. It's like kind of like Amazon or just any sort of website you buy stuff from. They'll always be like, if you buy an item, it'll show you at the bottom, frequently bought together. And it'll be like your item that you just bought, plus things that people have, a ton of people have bought these things together to use them together because they're used for a very similar thing. So like when I bought my microphone and all this setup, it was a big kit. When I bought this, it said frequently bought together. And there was this, and then there was like a webcam or a camera or something, foam or just some sort of accessory that goes with it. And that's the same concept for videos. If you have a video that, falls under a certain category and you continue to post videos that fall under that same category, your videos will recommend your videos and you'll get a ton of viewership from just one viewer. It'll be one unique view, but you'll have a whole bunch of other views and you'll get that, it'll pile up. You'll get people, it'll be like a snowball effect. You get a person to view it, they'll view another one, they'll view another one, they'll view another one. And I've been victim to this as a viewer many times. Like I've found a lot of channels, I'll find one video, it'll just pop up randomly. And this is how it works a lot of times, is it's random. It'll just show up on your feed one day, you'll click on it, you'll watch it and like, ooh, I like this. And then you'll see, like, say if it is a cliffhanger or, again, related content, you'll see it on the end screen or suggested in the next tab there. You'll be like, wait a minute, I enjoyed this, but this adds on to that. Or this is the similar thing by the same person that I kind of dig. Let's click on it and see it again. Then you get really invested and you like it a lot. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to watch another one. And then you end up watching their entire channel worth of videos. And say this person has 100 videos on their channel. That's 100 views they just got in like a short amount of time. So if you're really trying to get a consistent viewership, I would say post a consistent variety of content or a consistent genre. And I've, do as I say, not as I do, because I am very bad as far as the type of content I've gotten better at this, but I would tend to, especially back in the day, in my first year, I would post a lot of different types of content. But there's something to be said for that. That's, good, because you'll do that, and that's a lot of, like, in real life, you don't know what, say if you're in high school and you're trying to figure out what you want to do with your life. And you don't know, you're 17, 18 years old, you have no idea. I had no idea when I was 18, I had no clue. Actually, I had an idea, it was YouTube, but, they always ask you, like, what do you want to do when you grow up? What do you want to do? What do you want to go to college for? Blah, 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 blah. No, you can't figure it out right then. It's, like, most of the time you can't figure that out. What you have to do is you have to taste a bunch of different stuff. You have to do a bunch of different things, and, just get into all kinds of different fun things that you enjoy doing. The same can be said for content. If you're on a YouTube channel but you don't know what you want to make videos about, make videos about anything. Make videos about everything you like, anything you think of, any sort of random idea. Make a video of it. Because if you really fall in love with that style of video and you want to make more of it and consistently, then do it. That's the beauty of making a variety of content, is you figure out what you want to do, and then you can just take it and run with it. Like when I started, my very first video was a vlog, technically. I guess I would call it a vlog. It was more like an informational thing, but I would call it a vlog. My second one was a vlog. Third video was a Minecraft video. And at the beginning of my channel, for those of you that have watched for that long, the beginning a lot of my content was like half and half split Minecraft and real life, because Minecraft videos, frankly, were really easy to make, and they still are easy to make. But That was just me kind of taking an easy way out, because a lot of my mindset back then was, if I don't have a video idea, I'll just make a Minecraft video. It was mindless. So I kind of got away from that when I made the gaming channel, which was really, really beneficial to my main channel, I think, because it really narrowed down my content even more. And over the years, I've narrowed it down. I've started with this much content, of this much variety, and eventually I cut it out the gaming videos and made them on the gaming channel. And then eventually, I just kept going and kept going and kept going. And now it's more solely vlog focused. And obviously I have my Sunday bonus video now that, not every Sunday, but hopefully every Sunday, or at least ideally, I'll have a new video that's different. Something else that I enjoy that, isn't necessarily part of the regular schedule, but if people want to watch, if that's one of those that's like, I could make a video for search. Like, say if I want to do an unboxing, I would make that for search, put it out on Sunday, get a whole bunch of new people. And they may like me, they may just watch the video and leave me alone forever, but anyway, the point of that is, just like in real life, you can do the same with YouTube. If you want to make a variety of content, make a variety of content. And it's not going to hurt, because especially if you're a small channel, like, what do you have to lose? You have literally nothing to lose. So you make as much content as you want, as much of a variety. You find what you like and what really you think fits your vibe, or what even what does well. If you want to do more focus on performance, do what does well, or do what you enjoy, or whatever you feel like you want to do. Whatever your intent is with your channel. Find what fits your intentions, and then take it, grab it by the neck, and run with it. And that's my main spiel, I guess, is, you're gonna have all these trials and tribulations and different things with your channel, and you're gonna have your ups and downs, and it's gonna be a minute. But if you just stay the course, keep posting your content, keep doing your thing, and as long as it makes you happy, then do it forever. And until something else makes you even happier, then go do that. Like, you're gonna have all these ups and downs, but at the end of the day, you keep doing your thing, you keep pushing, you keep making your content, and you just know that it's gonna be a long game. If you just keep that in mind, and you just continue to make your stuff, it'll all work out. I think, it's, at least for me, like, I've had all kinds of, like, doubts and, things I wanted to do differently and stuff like that with the channel, and I've just stuck with it and adjusted as needed, and then figured it out along the way. So this was more of a little ramble style podcast, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you got some sort of value from it, and if you did, be sure to let me know down in the comments, or leave a review, or however that works on Spotify or wherever you're listening to this podcast. I'm not entirely sure how all that works. I'm kind of still new at it, but either way, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some sort of value out of this, and I hope this kind of helped you gain a little perspective as far as my point of view and what I think of things and how I kind of do this stuff. I don't know if I've actually said anything. I feel like I've just talked, but either way, I hope you found some sort of value in it. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe if you are new. Also, check it out on Spotify. And if you're on Spotify, thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed. But anyway, guys, this has been Gareth the Bear. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in to this episode of the Gareth the Bear Show podcast. And without further ado, I hope you all have a great day today, and I will see you all again next time.